What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Razor Danger here, and today I am bringing you guys some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay. And today we are going to be talking about the Supremacy DLC and my overall thoughts and opinions on this DLC. Now, before I get started into this DLC, let me guys talk to you about something else. I know I've been talking a lot about Battlefield and how much I love Battlefield, and probably think I'm a Battlefield fanboy at this point. But I'm not. I'm still a big Call of Duty player. I like to think that I am a decent member of the COD community. And I also like to think that I'm half decent at the game. Just as anybody, any kid, any adult, you know, as anybody would if they are playing Advanced Warfare. So I just want to get that across, make sure everybody understands that I am not a Battlefield fanboy. I am, you know, I prefer Call of Duty actually over it. It's just with Battlefield, I see a little bit more potential. However, alright, we're going to jump right into this DLC with my overall thoughts and opinions, starting now with Skyrise, which is a remake of High Rise from Modern Warfare 2. I was blown away when I heard this, and man, was I excited, because I loved High Rise from Modern Warfare 2, and they ruined it. They absolutely ruined it. Now, this part's cool. I mean, it's easier to get to this top roof, and a little Easter egg up here, guys. Oh, never mind, I can't. At one point in this video, I might show you, but up on that roof, there used to be teddy bears back in the Modern Warfare 2 version of the game, and now it's a bunch of sledgehammers. Get it? Because the teddy bear was Infinity Ward's thing, and sledgehammer is a sledgehammer thing. So yeah, that was pretty funny, I thought, and I think it's a pretty cool Easter egg. However, my overall thoughts and opinions on this map, it's absolutely destroyed. It's ruined. It's not good anymore. Is it interesting? Is it different? Is it unique? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a decent remake, but it's just, back in Modern Warfare 2, you could control a map. You could control a map by where you were, you had certain points on the map where you should be, there was flanking routes, there was everything. Advanced Warfare takes that all away with the exosuit, and granted, yes, you can play the classic game mode. However, a lot of the maps are way too big to play the classic game mode, and I just feel like Skyrise is one of those maps where it needs a little bit of map control, and on Advanced Warfare, it's just not there. Now, guys, I want to tell you, before we get into the other videos, before we get into the other clips that I have here, this is my first game on every map. So I just want to get that across, make sure everybody understands. It was my first game on every map in this DLC. That way you guys could get a nice, raw representation of what the maps were like when I first started playing them. And that's probably why I suck a little bit throughout this video, because you're going to notice I die a lot. And yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that. Skyrise, personally, I think it depends on what game you're playing. Some people, I mean, if they're playing the game right, it's going to be a lot of fun. If they're not, they're playing it a camper's game. It's not fun at all. And the game I was playing right here was people were camping in corners. It just was not interesting. It was boring to me. It wasn't a lot of fun, especially when, you know, people are camping. It's just not a good time. So if you have a good lobby where people are rushing and they're playing the game, playing objective, then I guess it's going to be a lot of fun. However, it was not my case throughout my 2 or 3 games of Skyrise. And I've also noticed that I die a lot more from behind in Skyrise than I normally would. But anyway, up next is another map throughout the Call of Duty DLC, and that would be the wonderful Compound. And it's probably the smallest map out of this DLC, and honestly, it's probably the least enjoyable. And that's because A, it's not visually appealing to me at all. I don't see any color. It's just a very, very bland map to me. I don't like it. I like maps with color. I like maps that shout out to me. However, in this DLC, there's not a lot. I mean, it's kind of, it really is a bad. So far, I am not impressed with this DLC. If you guys have followed me on Twitter, if you haven't already, make sure you do with that Razor Danger. But what I tweeted about earlier was that I was playing Skyrise and Compound, and I said Skyrise is a camper's paradise, and Compound is way too hectic. Now, it's really small, and normally I'd love this map. I think if you would have given me this map on Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare, or something other than Advanced Warfare, I'd love it. Because it's small, it gets to the point, it's good for rushing, there's a lot of flanking routes, it's a lot of fun. However, like I said before, the exosuits take away all map control, because, sorry, you can't really control a map with the exosuits, as you can just jump around, you can boost dodge. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with my voice today? Can't speak. Anyway, you can boost dodge out of the way and jump over corners and so on and so forth, and I think that really takes away from the map. However, if you were playing this on an earlier Call of Duty, then yeah, I think it'd be a great map. So I give a nice warm round of applause to the developers for making this map, because I think it's a very interesting map. I think it's very, very fun and appealing, and I mean, it's not appealing. It's definitely a fun map to play on. It's small, it's hectic, it's a good time. However, it's way too hectic with the exosuits. People are in the air, people are on the ground, people are stopping you, people are camping in corners, people are running around. People are everywhere in this game, so you really have to be on your toes, and you just die a lot from behind, and that's not my idea of fun. And if you guys haven't noticed, I've been dying a lot throughout these videos. I know I've been pointing that out, and I probably shouldn't. However, I do want you all to know, I do not claim to be a MLG gamer. I don't claim to be the best of the best gamer that there is out there. I want this channel to be known as, you know, I am a guy who is an average gamer. I want you guys to realize that I'm not really great, I'm not spectacular, but I am average. And so if the average player is wondering, you know, about these maps, then I hope you guys find this channel and lead them to my channel, because quite frankly, I feel like I do a good job while I do that. Enough about me, let's get back into this compound talk. So, compound, it's definitely interesting with the grapple abilities. It's really, really quick. It's really, really fast. If you're into that fast-paced kind of game mode, then this is probably your thing. I see this working on a game mode like Search and Destroy, where it's a little bit slowed down, where you're not, you really can't jump around all the way, everywhere. And yeah, I think if you have a slower kind of game mode, then yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Uplink, I don't find that fun. It's not that great. Kill Confirmed was okay. TDM was okay. That's all it basically was just okay. And yeah, so my overall impressions of Compound are, you know, it's a bland map. It's really, really hectic. If you're into that kind of thing, great. If you get into good games where people are rushing, then it could be a little bit of fun. However, if you're just in games where people are kind of nowhere, where they're just kind of camping around, waiting for people to turn around corners, then it's not going to be a lot of fun. And sadly, that there are a lot of opportunities to be camping throughout this map pack. So up next, we have Parliament. This is my favorite map out of the DLC. It's probably the most enjoyable, one of the most colorful. The setting is nice. The setting is off of London. You can see Big Ben behind me right there. And it's one about. This reminds me a lot of Carrier from Black Ops 2. And I love the rain effects. I think rain in general is probably my favorite type of weather. So whenever I hear the nice calming sound of rain, nice trickle, if you will, it definitely is a good sound to me, and I just enjoy it a little bit more. So I'm a little bit biased on this map. I think, A, yeah, it's rainy, so it's not supposed to look pretty, and B, it actually does look pretty nice. Graphically, I think it looks a lot better than Compound. Colors are definitely there, as well as it plays well. There's a lot of flanking routes. There's a lot of closed areas. This hallway right here, can't really double jump in this hallway. I mean, you can, but I don't recommend it. And it just kind of plays more like a regular kind of game. And if you're forced to move, then you do. However, I find my feet were more on the ground, and the only time I was ever actually double jumping or anything was when I needed to get from like right there. And I just used my grapple hook, or I would do boost dodge, or that's pretty much it. This is actually one of the map score streak that they have. It basically shoots missiles out of the air, and it's definitely interesting. It's just a hailfire of missiles, and it's definitely fun to use. You can get it more than once in a game. And I just find that this map overall is a blast to play on. Eventually I switched to the high-tech, I believe, and I do go off on this map. I do really, really well. And of course the boost dodge just saves me right there. And yeah, guys, I think this map probably plays the best. It's kind of a medium-large map. It's not really small. You're not going to find yourself in many close-quarter battles. However, you will find yourself in medium to long range, so I definitely recommend an LMG, assault rifle, sniper, if you will. However, I don't like snipers, so you will never see me using a sniper in one of my videos. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry to the sniper community. Yeah, but that is that. I mean, this map is really, really enjoyable. A lot of on-foot kind of combat. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, definitely a great kind of map to play on. And it's very laney. That's what I also love about it. It's basically a 3-lane map. You got the middle, you got this side, and you got the other side. It's great. Love it. You're on the ground, 3 lanes, brings me back to the Black Ops 2 Modern Warfare days, and I just enjoy it a lot. I think it's a really good map. So, again, a warm round of applause to Sledgehammer for making this map. I think it's a lot of fun. This is probably my favorite and probably my only good thing about this DLC so far. I have not played the zombies, and I hope to get you guys the zombies gameplay up there eventually. However, as of right now, I have not got enough people to hop on with me and play it. So probably tomorrow or Friday is when I will upload that. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moving on to the next map very, very shortly here, very, very soon. If you haven't already, make sure that you leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite DLC is and what the worst DLC is. I think that'd be very, very interesting to hear and read about. The next map is actually a continuation of Parliament, which is where I go off. However, we're not gonna, I think we're gonna might skip this part, so we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the next map we are on is Crumbling. This is the most colorful and disappointing map of the DLC. When I saw the trailer, I was hyped about this map. I said, oh, it's colorful, looks pretty. Reminds me of Black Ops 2, which was my favorite Call of Duty. And I said, oh, well, there's this lane in the middle. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be hectic on hardpoint. But that's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally that one lane. There are two buildings. There's that one, and then the other one in that lane, the little bridge that gets between them. Of course, there are 4 other buildings on the side, but nobody really goes to them. I've always noticed that they go right in the middle, right in the lane. They always want to control these 2 buildings, and it just, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'll bow our heads in a moment of silence for this map, because honestly, it is awful. It looks pretty. That's good. It's a good job. That was frustrating. When I got punched right there, I kind of got frustrated. You can tell when I get frustrated throughout these games, because I always go into like the main menu threatening that I'm gonna back out and rage quit. However, I don't. I am a very persistent one. And Crumbling, I got really nothing good to say about this map. It's a sniper's paradise. It's a camper's paradise. And it's literally just 2 buildings, and we fight back and forth. It's a tug of war. This map, you can't really control it. It's just either, you know, whoever's in the tower is gonna be the one doing a lot of damage, and if you're not there, then you probably are not gonna be doing a lot of damage. So honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this map was not that enjoyable to me. I found it very, very boring. My overall opinion of the Supremacy DLC is that it is the worst DLC in Advanced Warfare. I repeat, it is literally the worst DLC in Advanced Warfare. We have not gotten the 4th DLC, so it has that going for it. However, ladies and gentlemen, Skyrise is a camper's paradise, and as much as people love it, and yes, it does bring back a lot of nostalgia from Modern Warfare 2, it just doesn't play the same way. Advanced Warfare is nowhere near Modern Warfare 2. So I thank the developers for bringing that back and giving us the nostalgia back, but I don't think it really plays that well for this particular game. Compound is fun, it's hectic, it's small, and that's bad thing about this map. It's very, very small, very, very just not fun to play on, and so that is it for Compound. The next one that we have is Parliament, and I think that is probably the best map of the DLC, and it definitely is a lot of fun, so I'm glad that I picked up that map. But I mean, quite frankly, but ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much all I have for my Supremacy review. Crumbling is okay. I've already said how much I don't really like it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.